we begin here in Nelson? In late 2000, somebody, and I think it may have been Gail Collingwood, but I don't actually know, called a meeting at the Nelson City Council, put it in the paper. A whole big group of women turned up, and from that a steering group began. We had very simple goals. We borrowed money, interest-free, from angels, and in turn we offered to make an interest-free loan to people who needed the money. Up to a maximum of $500 in those days. I know that in my time it went to 1,000, and I understand it's now gone higher. So, but 500 was where we started.
Back in probably 2002 or 2003, the Women's Loan Fund had just started, and I was loan number 15. So I now design and make wedding dresses and alter wedding dresses. A year ago today, I found this beautiful space here in Monaco, and my dream for the last 4 years has been to have a perfect, beautiful space for brides to come and to go through their wedding dress journey. I think that the fund's really wonderful because the fund is focusing on women and in focusing on educating women or helping women in business. A lot of those women are not able to get loans from other institutions, and some of these ladies have had difficult lives, and it helps them to get their lives back on track. And I've been in all of those different categories. This is my dream come true. My whole life I've wanted to do what I love. And it just gives a little bit of hope that you've got the support of the actual fund and the women who run the fund behind you as well.
We were determined, all of us, to be non-judgmental and inclusive in our approach to the money that we brought in and the money that went out. And so we called everybody angels, whether they were borrowing or whether they were lending.
I suffered depression for a long time, and I found that sewing a lot and making things and that actually helped me. And then all of a sudden I had all these things that I made, and I just kept going. My business is about upcycling, and we have products here on behalf that we sell for people, and we import things as well, but a lot of it's upcycling, so we make old things new again. It's a good way to step out into the workforce. You know, it's a quiet little boutique and it's out of the way. I have a couple of people that work for me with learning disabilities, so it helps support them too. And without the Angel Fund, I wouldn't have been able to get my signage. I only had a couple of signs, so I didn't stand out there. And also the support that I got from them, their belief in me too, that was really encouraging, and it's really empowering to have someone like the Angels, the Angel Fund, I call them angels, they're my angels, you know, there for me and supporting me and believing in what I'm doing. If it's something you really want to do and you're passionate about it and it makes you happy, go for it.
I'm studying social sciences because I would like to be a social worker one day. I'm also studying te reo. I'd like to be a social worker that can speak Māori. I haven't been at school for a long time, so I've had to learn a lot about that as well. But I want to get out there and help people. I had asked my bank if I could. I had a feeling they would say no to a loan, so I asked them for an overdraft for a laptop and a printer, and they said no to the overdraft as well. And I have friends at the Victory Community Centre who suggested trying the Angel Fund. I think especially the no interest is amazing. There's no other place that I know of that would ever offer money with no interest. So that's fantastic, it's perfect. So you're paying back exactly what you borrow. I see myself working full time and being very happy, maybe even owning my own home. And my daughters and I have a goal of travelling to Africa. A wonderful person once told me to keep my eyes on the prize, and I often say that to myself, to just keep at it, that I've worked so hard. If I give up now, that's all been for nothing. And I really, really want this, and I can do it. I can do it.
It's basically a wood-fired pizza oven, the local market and malt, catering events. Yeah, basically just producing the best food, gourmet, best produce in the area possible, yeah. I thought about it for 6 years, then I started it up about 9 years ago. I originally saw a gas oven up in the North Island, and I thought that I'd like to have it more authentic Italian, sort of more artistic looking and wood-fired. So it's worked out well and people like it. The Women Angel Fund helped me get a loan and start and have money towards starting up the business. I brought equipment, bits and pieces, it just helped basically, and I had to get a second one when I had to rebuild my oven. I think it's great to help women that can't necessarily have the money up front to start out. It's great having that interest-free loan, it's awesome, yeah.
Well, it's called Garden Affairs Nelson, and I started it about 6.5 years ago. I really enjoy it, it's really good. It's nice to have the freedom, and it's nice to get to know the clients. I like being outside, and I like creating beautiful gardens. I have had 2 loans. The first one was fairly early on in the business, and I needed to buy a good ladder for pruning. And then later on, I needed some help to get my car fixed and to get the logo on. So yeah, it was really helpful because I didn't have to go to the banks. It was still young, my business. You know, it's a really good idea to have that chance to get a loan for a year and have that time to pay it back. Yeah, I found them really supportive, and I would definitely encourage everybody to go and, you know, and try and do it and work out a way how you can pay it back, and so that other women can be helped later on as well.
In lots of ways, the Women's Loan Fund is like the breakthrough that happens from the chrysalis, that out of that safe enclosed space there's an opening for that chrysalis, the new life to come out. And for a little while that butterfly, when it eats itself out there, is very vulnerable, but then its wings harden and it takes flight, just like the beautiful butterfly.